All right, this is elementary school. I'm sorry. This is the third grade teacher where your kids are coming to school hungry.
Yes.
Mama is not in the house. Dad's not around. Someone's in jail for murder. The child never shows up for school. And then as the third grade teacher, I'm trying to get them to pass the WASL. And I'm sorry. When my child gets to school, they're there. I feed them. I warm cereal. Whatever. As a kindergarten, I mean, if they don't have it by fourth grade, chances are
you are right.
They're not going to get it.
You're absolutely
They are not going to get it.
right.
So to me, it's you've got to totally re-educate the parents. I mean, everybody blames it always on the teacher, but I'm the one who just got, excuse my French, bitch slapped by a parent yesterday because their child came to school. He's missed 35, almost 40 days of school. Came to school. He's with me. He's mine. He's mine. And he said he had a headache. So if I don't have a headache, it's like, I have a couch meeting. I said, go lay down for 5 minutes, come back and join me. The child was fine. Went out to recess, running around, he was fine. The mother came in, he went home, and he's just playing his mom. Yeah. Goes home, she comes screaming back at me that he's throwing up in the truck. He is fine. Is letting go. The mother has got to let go of this kid so we can educate this kid. Thank you. Don't work with that mom then. I will. Let this kid go so I can work with this kid. Sorry.
That's my 2 cents. So you're absolutely right. And there are two crises in America. There's an education crisis and a parenting crisis.
Exactly.
That's absolutely true.
It is. And it's like they always blame it on the teacher. I'm like, I don't have this kid. This kid is not. And then you do the Becca bill. There's no money in the Becca bill. It's a joke. There is no money in there to enforce the Becca bill. So we're making these phone calls, but it doesn't mean anything to these parents. And they know it doesn't mean anything because there's no money funding to do it. So it's like, what do you do with this kid now who is reading at the second grade level, going into fourth grade, doesn't know his math, and now he's going into fourth grade and he doesn't have that. He doesn't have the basics.
And more than likely, there are some economic circumstances.
Oh, yeah, totally. Oh, I'm sure.
Go back to working families,
Exactly.
decent wages,
Exactly.
access to health care.
Right.
A big circle.
And you can see that the stress level in the school districts and the schools, especially the younger kids, they feel the stress from their parents. Everybody's getting laid off. 3 of my kids are losing, their parents have lost their houses. I mean, it's just the reality where it's at. So I try to make it when they're here at school, forget about what's going on, forget about what it is. You're with me now. This is what we're doing. But if they're not here, I can't do that.
The parenting crisis that she's talking about, the kids that are brought up, so many of them are children of divorce, high risk for failure, cost a lot of social service dollars everywhere. Larry Sequist is a sponsor of Shared Parenting, and
Can you tell us about that? Okay.
And also, when it comes to unions, you know, I'm a plumber and pipe fitter. Plumber and pipe fitter. When I go out on the job, so many of these dads out there want to spend time with their kids. Their kids need them, but when they go to court, and in Pierce County, the standard statement is we get dads every other weekend. The intent of the original Parenting Act was that parents can get involved in their kids' lives and nurture them, care for them. And Larry, I think, recognizes that all kids have 2 parents. Most all kids have 2 parents. And even though there's no limitations on those parents for legal reasons on either of them, there are still, it's a cage fight set up by the system. And the kids lose, the parents lose, society loses. And Larry did.
Well, I was a single mom for 5 years, and the bill is trying to change the law to make sure that the courts give the male, the father, a fair shake in custody and access. We haven't been able to get that through, not because of resistance to the idea so much as just sort of ordinary legislative inertia, I guess I would say. We keep trying. The family problem is really serious, though, in a couple of ways. The Kitsap County Public Health Officer, says that his number one public health problem is youth mental health. And I would say if there was any one thing that we would watch in our society as the indicator of how we were doing, it would be youth mental health. Because these kids absorb, they breathe in all of the problems of the family, the society, and so they're walking around little petri dishes of fears and what's happening in the economy, and dad may lose his job, and mom has got this thing going on, and so our kids are reflecting the fact that our society is in really great stress right now. And as you said, but the parents are, for a lot of reasons, and some of them understandable, not very much involved in school. I've been trying to write a bill which would ask the districts, what we need to do is to map how much adult contact outside of the teacher in the classroom a child is supposed to have as they grow up. You know, the traditional thing is mom, dad fed the kid breakfast, sent him to school, fed him dinner, did the homework. So there's a lot of adult contact, and there was neighbor contact, other adults. But if you talk to a teenager from high school today, you may be the only non-school adult that kid ever sees. And so the education system, the teachers need these adults doing things. And if it's not parents, then my thought is to have the school district inventory how many thousand adult contact hours they need, and we'll try to feed those volunteers in from the community. So the community would have an obligation to deliver adult contact hours, you know, before or after school, or the school aids kind of things.
Right. And I want to give you an example in Tacoma where that's working. I have to brag about this. Lincoln High School has a program called Lincoln Center. And they took a cohort of 9th grade students, because that's the stage in high school where a child is in the most danger of dropping out. They took a group of kids, and they have a big cross-section, actually more African-American, more Latino than the average of the school. And they have enrichment classes every other Saturday, so they spend a whole day either at the art museum, down the waterfront. They did a treasure hunt downtown. Every day they're in school till 5:30, tutors who come in and work with them on math, reading, whatever they need. After 1/4 of results, there is no achievement gap. So all the kids who typically lag behind their peers are actually pretty close to the hits. They perform better than the kids overall in the district and in Lincoln High School in that district. So it's not rocket science. Kids need time with caring adults, and that demonstrates it very clearly.